Well, I guess if you look at me right off the bat, I'm a visible minority. Parents came over from overseas, so of all people, I can probably relate to the challenges of coming to a new country and trying to get off the ground and getting some breaks, since I've heard them firsthand stories from my parents. So within the company, we see strength in that diversity, both in gender and in terms of cultures, and we celebrate that.
You realize that it's really an asset and a wealth for the company and for probably the country as well to have new immigrants and new experiences. And there's more to get by acknowledging those past experiences and this past knowledge. The cultural differences that we have, rather than trying to shut them down.
We're quite active in terms of going to events, whether they're local or national or even international, to meet people. And often we find that you just need to meet one person at an event, create that positive connection, and often that introduces or opens new doors.
When I arrived, I guess I was very optimistic. And I came as a tourist. I thought it would be very easy to find someone who would hire me and help me get a working permit or a visa. And it was not that easy. For 2 years almost, I kept going back and forth between France and Canada, and still trying to find the good match for me in terms of work. And one day Kevin called me back and said, "So what's up?" And I was still unemployed at that time. I was still struggling, and he said, "That's not possible. You have 2 masters. You cannot. You cannot. That's not possible." So let's try again.
In our experience, you give them a crack. It's up to them to prove themselves. It's up to the company to invest in them. But really, sometimes it's just giving someone a chance and letting them see where they take that opportunity.
We actually have a very similar onboarding process for every person in the company, but we do try to invite you in and make you feel supported and confident in what you're doing. And it's not just with the work stuff. We are in different towns and we work remotely, but whenever we do get together, we are always going out for food, for just to talk, and we're doing social things that are a little bit outside of the job, but we do them together. We invite spouses and friends, so it really gives you a sense of community in that sense. So I think that's really important, especially for immigrants.
You can plan for the best onboarding process whatsoever, but at the end of the day, you're always going to miss a couple questions or how-tos and whatnot. So again, as a testament to our strength as a team, it's very much a unit that kind of comes around someone new. Any time of the day, we have all the collaboration tools, so something is submitting an expense claim or understanding what you can and cannot do. There's really a good support within this particular group.
There's really a period of time at the beginning, above all after 2 years of unemployment, when I needed to ramp up. That's something that was very important when I arrived in the company, because coming from Europe, where open source is very big in terms of new technologies, right away we identified that gap that I had in my knowledge right away when I arrived, and for 2 years in a row and another year after that, I went to a big developer summit in California, where I learned a lot about Esri technologies, and I'm learning every year, but I think now that I'm one of the experts in the company in Esri technologies.
For us, we've always looked at it as an opportunity to give people a chance and see how they flourish, and then in return, it'll benefit the company, it'll benefit the team, make us stronger, allow us to do different things. As we think about our expansion into other countries, what better folks to help lead that charge for Lim Geomatics than those immigrants themselves?